Listen. So before we dive into my show, I need you to understand a few things. The Tsmad experience is just that. The Tsmad experience. So be warned. These are my views, my thoughts, my opinions. So listen, don't take it serious. Don't get too upset. It's for entertainment purposes only, boo-boo. I don't really know you like that. You don't really know me like that, right? So we gonna be cool, right? We ain't gonna get mad, right? Because we know. I just speak what I think. So calm down. Chill out. It's just entertainment. You know, girl? So, keep it cute. And if you gonna listen from a place of love. Don't get too mad.
Ooh, what's up, everybody? It is Saturday night. It is finally here. I'm so excited about tonight. The one thing that I'm not excited about is that I'm closer to like Monday, which is like work day. I had enough time off healing, so I should be excited about returning to work on Tuesday, but I ain't gonna lie. I ain't. So before we get into it, let me go through and do a good old welcome to everybody. Thank you so much, Leanda, our newest member to the house of Savon Boo Boo. Leslie, Nivea, Brizzy Bree, Xylem Artist, honey, Miss Jasmine, you know, co-hostess with the mostest, the Anthony Brown Show rolling through. Bambi, I saw tiptoe through the yard. Yes, God. Bambi, I'm going to send you the link. You know what? I'm dropping the link for everybody tonight because I want us all to talk. Breezy Bree. So when I get into it, y'all, I'm going to drop the link for us to have like a little bit of discussion, but I'm going to wait first until the panelists and stuff, you know, we're going to bring them in and then we're going to let everybody else in as we go through the topics. So we've got 8 areas that we're going to cover from the Madison experience episode 5. Ooh, get your daddy is all I'm going to say. Get your daddy. I feel like I'm screaming. Hold on. Let me, girl. She's screaming. Oh, no. She's screaming at the world. Let me turn her down. Get your daddy. Now, before we move forward, this Saturday night could not be possible without Personalized Creations by Renee. So let's play her video. Hello, Marshall.
What's up, y'all? This your girl, Shaquansha, and listen, I want to link you up with my good girl, honey, who made her Petty Monsters shirts, girl. She is Personalized Creations by Renee, and she has everything that you need. Whether you want hats, cups, t-shirts, jackets, if you want embroidery done, girl. If I'm talking about embroidery on hats, t-shirts, backpack, purses, onesies for adults and kids. If you into some kinky shit, she can go on and personalize you with some things that you want then too. Look her up, Instagram and Facebook, Personalized Creations by Renee. Here are a few things that she can do for you. There it is, let's play it. Bye, y'all. Personalized Creations by Renee. Listen, like I was telling y'all earlier, she does everything. Hats. Girl, you see them? Yes, ma'am. T-shirts. What you saying? I ain't saying nothing. All types of t-shirts. Married as fuck, girl. This girl even embroiders, okay? Look at this jacket. Embroidering jackets, girl. Giving you all kind of baby stuff. Look at these. Look at these baby look. Oh, that's so cute. Come on, baby onesie. She probably even do adult onesies. But for your baby needs, she got you. Look, you drinking on something. Bottles. Hook you up with all type of personalizations for your bags. Look at that bag, girl. Yes. Look at those embroidery skills. Book bags, girl. If you feeling Afrocentric, voila. So check out my girl, Personalized Creations by Renee. And right here, you can find her on Instagram and Facebook. Check it out, y'all. Bye.
Thank you, Shaquansha, for the commercial for Personalized Creations by Renee. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, what am I seeing, girl? What am I not seeing? Hold on, I see some things. Oh, Coco, come on through, girl. Welcome to the house, girl, to the house. I saw a comment, but I didn't see it come over. It was talking about the rejuvenation, honey. Let me go and see if I can find that comment, girl. No shade. I'll let someone else come in that actually saw the episode, child. I just saw clips. It was the vaginal rejuvenation from me. Okay, that's fair. I'll drop the link to everybody. You need to go out there and watch the show too, boo-boo. There's still time. So before we get into it, I'm going to go on and recap for everybody. Everybody, what show we talking about, just in case you missed it. 1 second.
Baby, it's time.
Thursday, T.S. Madison's heading down memory lane.
This place right here taught me how to be me.
But in order to heal from the past,
I've survived this.
she'll need to face the one person
My dad is just completely disrespectful.
And you let him.
who could change her life forever.
We need to start off at the top.
Don't miss the T.S. Madison Experience, all new Thursday at 10 on WeTV. To catch up anytime on the WeTV app.
Oh, girl. So if y'all missed it, we gonna have some spoiler alerts. I'm so sorry, but I tried to let everybody know this is what we was gonna do in advance, so they had time to go out there to the WeTV app, follow, honey, Amazon Prime, girl, YouTube TV, TV, Xfinity Direct TV, all that, so y'all could have watched the latest episode. You could also purchase just the season. Just saying, girl, all of that. All of that. So we gonna get right on into it, honey. Let me bring in the what? The resident hostesses, Miss Jasmine Divine.
Hey.
Oh, hi, boo.
How y'all doing?
We good. How you doing, Miss Wing?
I'm doing.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm doing it and doing it and doing it.
Well. Was you raised in Compton from straight out of Brooklyn? Is that the verse, or did I just fuck it up again?
I don't know, child. I don't even know the damn song. That's all I know. It's doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. You know.
Well, I know somebody who'll know the rest of it. You what?
I'm working ball fish tonight.
But no, you giving us Sade fish.
You know.
Tonight. Sade.
You're giving me the sweetest taboo.
Okay, or you could be the smooth operator.
Right. Smooth operator.
Oh, Zally.
Y'all
Baby.
already starting your foolishness already.
You know, girl, we couldn't wait. What was the rest of that verse?
Which one?
Girl, I know the song, but I don't know the rest of the verse.
If I tell you how.
She was at least saying that. She was at least saying that part right.
Okay. All right.
So we good. So she wasn't messing the lyrics in.
Sweetest taboo.
Did she have a scarf on in that one? Hold on.
No, she didn't. That's why I'm confused why she put that on. Because she had no scarf in the video.
Oh, come on. Flip it on.
It's the shawl for me. Like
it's the shawl, honey.
I'm being very regal fish.
Let's see if Lily know. Lily, welcome to Saturday Night Social Club, boo.
Well, hello. How
Do
you
you
doing?
know? We are doing great. Do you know the rest of the words of that song?
See what happened was.
See what had happened. I can't. That's the same thing here, and it's from my era. And I was like, well, look, so
Hey, Miss
Hold
O.
on. Let me ask Siri.
Hey, Miss O.
Sing it again.
Oh, Miss O is on.
Happy Easter to you as well.
Yes, ma'am. Diva O. Girl, listen, this is going to be a spoiler alert for you if you ain't seen it, boo-boo. Multifaceted is what Coco said that you are. Is she strawberry shortcake or is she shortcake? Oh, you know who that is, girl.
You know, I don't know if my cake ain't short. My cake is rather long.
Oh.
Hey, John.
Hey, John.
Oh, did you say your cake was long? Oh, no.
Long.
Wait, what? Hey, baby.
That's not. Anyway,
Hey, John.
hi. Hey, y'all. Yeah.
Right, okay.
How you doing today, Lily?
I'm good, girl. How you doing?
Sure.
Girl, her and his fan.
I know, right? And you know, I can't never flick mine right. It always takes a couple times for me to do
Right.
it.
And she's
I'll
in
be
her
over here.
full house.
I'll be over here practicing. I'll be like, be looking all. I ordered me some more too, by the way. That one came from my bestie, but I got me one that says salty bitch, and it's the girl with the Morton salt box.
I'm dead.
Yes,
You
girl.
behave that.
We got to
Yes.
talk about that because
Oh, well, yes, we will. So let's get right into the things. Y'all ready to talk about the T.S. Madison Experience episode 5?
I
This
am,
episode is
but
alive.
girl, let me get
Just
to my
fine.
notes.
You gonna get to your notes. We gonna start off, y'all, because we gonna try to go through it as the scenes played out, but some of the things we kind of go back to because we want it to align with the conversation. So in the beginning,
God created the heaven and the earth.
the earth.
Right.
Okay. And he also had Maddie and Hope have a conversation in the season.
Yes.
Maddie and Hope Giselle was having a good old discussion about transitioning names and pronouns, and then gave us a brief intro to what we all came here to talk about. Yo daddy.
Right.
Right.
That scene right there was a strong scene for me because behind the scene, everybody on the panel knows, but I've been trying to have this conversation with my immediate family about the dead name situation. And a lot of people may not understand it's a form of disrespect whenever you are constantly reminding a person of their formal name. It's just like when me and Savon, we was talking, we referenced to when people get what is the correct word? A doctorate,
a PhD,
yes, or
they
MD, or they are
BA,
ordained a minister or this, that, and the third, and they want you to respect their title, but they don't want to respect your title as she, hers, or hers, and Jasmine or Felicity or whoever your chosen name is.
Correct.
So I understand that, and it hit home for me. And it was like, you know how you get one of those stingers, like you done took and touched something hot and you just pull your hand back real quick. It was a stinger for me. So I understand. And a lot of people don't understand that. Yeah,
a lot of people don't get it. You know, before we move forward, we would like to also, as Maddie Mob, like to give Bijan the Dawn a shout out for his third feature on the T.S. Madison. This was his third episode. So, Bijan, we want to congratulate you. And we also want you to know that at this point, you are a TV star and we need you to immediately step your pussy up, okay? So when you get on, hop on. You's on TV now. So we expect nothing but black excellence from you.
Period.
Love you.
Make sure that phone is right, Bijan.
No, we already going with the phone.
We listen. You got a TV coin. You got a TV coin, girl.
Right.
Whatever you want to call it, an extra coin, a day player coin.
At least 3 of them.
3 episodes, girl. Alltel or whoever should be giving you free upgrades at this point, girl.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So, back to Maddie and Hope. So, Hope is a friend and activist for the trans rights and trans while Black movement and really brings a lot to the table and community. She and Maddie speaks about their transition, and one of the biggest topics, names and pronouns. At this time, Maddie shares with us her family still regards her as her dead name, while elaborating on those who are trying to make an effort and then those who are disrespectfully trying not to. And that's when the whole discussion came up around her father, and Hope and her father was talking about that.
Right.
What are your views? I know, Miss Jasmine, you had stated how you were going through that same thing. Tell us your thoughts. You said you were triggered. What were your thoughts?
For people that don't know, I've been going through my transition not going through, but I have transitioned permanently the last 7 to 10 years permanently. But prior to that, like I was in it, out it, in and out it, in and out it. Never all the way going through, like as far as like with everything. Anyway, long story short, it irritates me that how many times do you keep correcting or asking a person to do it without saying enough is enough? I know we do give our family passes on different things because a lot of the times when people disrespect us out in the street, we are so quick to blah, 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 and everything like that. And it's a little bit different, especially when it comes down to a parent. Now, a brother and a sister is different, but when it comes down to a parent, it's a little bit more different to, not necessarily to shoot them out, especially a mother, because your mother gave birth to you. You know what I'm saying? And I do find that somewhat harder because I'm trying to make sure that I address it and say it to her in a respectful way without being disrespectful, because those of us that have grown up not only in church but have a religious background and we're being preachers' kids, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit harder for us to get some things across to them, if that makes sense. And a lot of the disrespect that, like I said, that would happen out in the street, we wouldn't take that from anyone else. So it's now reaffirming it like, okay, your daughter. But I do give my mom passes because my mom, in the right situations around us, she still uses the he pronouns. But in public, I give her a pass on it because in public, she does use the correct terms. So it's kind of sort of like that crazy balance, like that dancing balance. And I just really don't try to correct her if that's a right way. I give a leeway. But my brothers and sisters, like y'all are so much more younger than her. So y'all should be able to understand it. But some of them do and some of them don't. So it's just like, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. So you might as well be truthful and honest with yourself. So that's where I'm at with the situation.
Leander, what say you?
So for me, actually, with my family, they kind of just, I feel like they just kind of know me as, thinking me as a feminine gay boy. I actually really haven't come out as being trans non-binary to them. And to be honest, I probably won't, because it's honestly not in their scope or range to understand it, I think, at least right now. Which sometimes is irritating, especially when I get referred to as son or nephew, whatever. With my siblings on my father's side, I feel like my older brother, he acknowledges me and whatnot, my gender terms and whatnot. But we do have our understanding, like they can still refer to me as bro, and I don't take that offensively because of our journey, and this is just for me and my experience in my life. Because of our journey, it's not, I don't hear bro, I hear hey beloved. Like it's hard to explain, but I understand that you have really gone through our family experience and with the siblings, what we've been through, especially with our father and whatnot, to really understand that why we use the language we do and whatnot.
So you feel it should be based off of, it just kind of depends on the experience and relationship that you guys have.
Right. And I feel when it comes to T.S. Madison, I feel like, I mean, one, she's a full-blown woman. So that's very clear. I definitely, what Coco said, with every son, there should have been a daughter correction.
I agree with that, but I disagree with that. And the reason why I disagree with that, unless you are actually living in your truth, and no tea, no shade to Coco, but unless you're going through and have went through what myself and Savon or myself and Leander is going through or have gone through, you can't really say it from being an outside in. A gay boy cannot say that to a trans woman because they don't have the same, not necessarily baggage, but the same hills that we have had to cross, because our bridges are completely different. Being gay is a hell of a lot more accepted than being gay and trans and black at the same time. So I agree with that, but you can't always take and cut a person off just because if they're trying and it's not malicious, you get passes. But if they're not trying and they're being malicious about the situation, that's where the line gets drawn with me. You know what I'm saying? So I can't agree with neither one, either Anthony Brown or Coco with those two things. Like you have to get past it somewhere. And if not, we would all not be here with Grace and Mercy. Grace and Mercy is what got us out here right now. I'm just saying.
Anything for you, Silent? Any comment?
Well, again, I don't live that experience, but personally for me, I'm someone, if somebody wants me to refer to them as a certain thing, that's what I'm going to do. I might mess up, so I would appreciate some grace. But I'm not expecting you to give me none either. Because you specifically told me to call you by this name, and if I call you by another name, I expect you not to answer me, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Like, if before I met you guys, I didn't have a lot of experience with trans people before. Then I've had my own friend who I sometimes mess up with, but again, we have a relationship where there's some grace set there, but I immediately correct myself because I know better.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm coming from a place of seeing somebody who has going through their own journey, and then also meeting people that I truly care about. So I take it very seriously.
Yep.
So I was highly triggered. By this whole episode, but especially
it was triggering. Yeah,
it was very triggering for me. So I was very hesitant on watching the episode in the first place because I knew it was going to trigger me to a point where I might hurt a lot of people's feelings tonight, and I'm being quite honest, because I really don't tolerate disrespect at all. Yeah. So this is really hard for me to watch.
Yeah.
Savon, before you say one thing, let me just say this. I look at it like, when if it's okay for me to share with you as a piece that you shared with us, Zylan, about your bisexuality. It's the same thing with I'm correcting you, is I'm bi, I'm not gay. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. If respect is respect, and if a person's not blatantly coming out trying to be disrespectful, and they may miss up or slip up, that's where I see where the saving grace is. But if you're purposely trying to do it, like, we all cackle each other, and we all may call each other girl, this, that, and the third, and we know the correct pronouns for Zylan is he, his, and him. You know what I'm saying? But in our conversations, that's how we interact with each other. But if it's coming from a malicious place or whatever like that, that's where, with me, that's where the line's drawn, and I'm sorry, I'm done. But I just want to equate it to that so people can understand where we're coming from, because it's the same thing as sexuality. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you if you're saying you're straight or you're bi or you're gay, respect what it is. It's just a respect thing.
Yeah.
Right. And also with that, sorry, Savon.
No, go ahead.
But I just want to piggyback off of what Jasmine said. That's very true, because I only let specific people call me girl, to be quite honest. Because again, it's kind of part of a trauma response from growing up being called like a girl, blah blah blah. So I only let specific people that I care about call me girl. Like if I'm around my friends, they can call me girl. We might joke around and say that with you guys, I'll deal with that. However, if it's somebody else, don't call me that.
Right.
So, for final thoughts on that particular intro, for me, I feel like there is a grace period, but I feel like we have to set that period. And then at that point, we must hold them accountable. I'm speaking from a place of people, I've had to do that. And, you know, for my mom, she birthed me, and I'm going to say for her, it didn't take her as long. And I felt like she was the one that needed the most grace because she's my mother. She named me. It was a bigger transition period for her. You know, I was in her stomach. You know, she had this vision. It's just a lot harder. But anyone outside of her siblings, aunts, uncles, etc., I gave them a grace period. But me personally, when that period ended, they got no response. So today, they did not say that to me and get a response, because sometimes you have to make them. The reason why I say that, if you become a doctor or a lawyer, baby, you better believe as soon as you get that degree, they're going to start calling you Dr. So-and-so, so-and-so, because that's equated to something that they appreciate and that they're proud of.
Correct.
So, but each person is different.
You know what? Thank you for saying like that, because I didn't even look at it like that.
Yeah, think about it. Reverend this, Dr. So, oh, my baby's a doctor. You would never hear
Lawyer,
them say anything other than doctor, lawyer, judge. You know what I'm saying? So it's how they relate to it. It's a conversation. And like I said, it depends on when you put that on them. You know, it varies. And then for some people, they never get it right. And for those particular people, that's kind of how I do kind of equate to hope. They don't have access to me. And my mom can get on and tell you they don't have access to me. But all right. So listen, this was pretty deep. And we're going to come back to it. So we're not done. We're not done at all. But I wanted to go to the next scene when they were prepping for the road trip. Y'all, I was real nervous about this road trip just based off of the trailer teases that they gave for the episode. However, you know, when we progressed through the episode, they gave us some grace. I guess they didn't want to give us too many triggers in this particular episode.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
You know,
but you know, did you go to their YouTube channel? Because WeTV on their YouTube channel, it had like a I'm gonna play it tomorrow, but they had like a little scene between Madison and Chi-Chi that cleared up some things that
from
the
they had episode.
Yes. And that to me, I thought they should have had that more readily available instead of releasing it only 8 hours ago. So, you know what I'm saying? So that misconstrued would not be out there.
Yeah, I think what they should do is, and WeTV, by all means, we know you know what you're doing. So this is just a gentle suggestion from those who watching. You know, as that episode comes out, I feel like you should drop, or maybe if not then, as the season ends, maybe drop some nuggets from those previous, and that's what they may do. But dropping an episode deleted scene today for episode 1, I watched it, so they got what they needed. It was just kind of out of whack. Hey, Kimmy Boo,
because I didn't even see that. So,
but see, those moments, those were real moments too. Those were real moments, and it was So
it was I don't give up.
It was like, listen, I'm about to go, girl. You're not listening. Both of them had really valid points, though. I mean, we'll talk about that. Maybe we'll do a members chat, or you gonna talk about it tomorrow? We can talk about it tomorrow.
We can either way.
So speaking of tomorrow, you guys, what a perfect way to segue into that. One moment. Divas and Jivas, the Savon Experience is now offering membership, and we have 2 tiers. First tier for $1.99 a month, and then the second tier for $4.99 a month. What you say? $1.99 and $4.99? Girl, why I need to join your stuff? That's a good question. But let me tell you what I'm going to be offering. I'm going to be offering exclusive content, more than just one show a week for myself. You know, I collaborate with everybody, but I want to give you more of me. Me and who I am. So with the $1.99 membership, you will get exclusive videos, okay, that are unpublished. So I have videos that are unpublished. You'll get to see those for $1.99 a month. Pop-up one-on-one chats with me and my girl Jasmine Divine Girl, me Puffy Fuckcat, and whoever else I deem that I want to talk to that week. And also, you get a glimpse of the behind the scenes of the artistry that is me. When I'm creating Shaquansha, Fat Peaches, or whomever, you get to see the bloopers, the cuts that didn't make the final floor. And at $4.99 a month, you get more of my journal. Day to day. You know what I'm saying? What are my thoughts? How am I feeling? How do I make it look so easy? It ain't. It ain't. Oh, Curl. Then you'll get more. Look, oh, Curl. And then you get more of what? Shaquansha, girl. You know y'all love her. Y'all love me. Y'all know it.
See, this is what I'm talking about. These type of glitches you don't see live, at least not all the time. But girl, we gonna see all of that, girl. And then you never know who else may roll through. Girl.
Fat Peaches. Hey girl. I'm gonna roll through as well. And what we gonna talk about, shit that Savon go through, shit that Shaquansha go through, and some shit that they can't talk about. Y'all know there's Topic Tuesdays that happen. You may even see some content that did not make Topic Tuesday. Cause you know, we ain't trying to muscle, you know, Chi brand like that. But you come over here for $4.99 a month and you get it. Because guess what?
Petty monsters is in effect over here. So petty monsters, divas and jivas, and then those who ride with Fat Peaches, come on over. $4.99 a month, you get everything. And all tiers include custom emojis and badges. Go on, join now. You ain't gonna be disappointed, I promise.
Oh, Curl.
I can't. It's the old Carl for me. It's the old Carl for me, girl. I can't.
Curl.
I'm like, what is she saying?
She said, "What old Fat Peaches?"
Who knows?
Come on, Fat
With my
Peaches.
fast tossing ass. I said, oh, Curl. And I don't think I said Puffy Fat Cat.
I don't think
You said something completely different,
You
but
said something else. I thought you said, when I first saw it, I thought you said Puffy Fast Cat. That's what
I thought I said
that's
Puffy.
what you said. That's what you said.
I said Puffy. Yeah. Well, see, that's the type of stuff, and I was going to clean it up and make it right, but I was like, girl, this is the type of shit I want to release so y'all can see how I be effing up on live as well as when I clean it up. So, y'all, if y'all want to go out there and join, please do. Thank you so very much. So moving on back to the RV trip. So starting out, we already know that our good old bougie auntie, Miss Craigalicious, honey, came through. See, that's one of those moments where we're just playing. Craig goes by he, his, and his.
Her.
No.
A delicate angel.
No. He, him, his. Okay, we just be playing, but you know that's one of those.
She just got
You know,
right.
But baby, Craig
know
came in trepidatious
angels,
about
man.
this trip. He was like, "Man, look, I don't know if y'all." He was clutching like, I don't really want to know.
Girl, the part that took me out is when Holly pulled up in the hole.
Girl, I was like, why is the chef driving? Chef Holly.
Especially she lying and going 45 miles an hour on a 75. Like,
when
who
I
does
saw
that?
Holly in that RV, I almost fell out my chair. I was like, why is Holly driving?
I'm like, why is she driving? Why isn't she showcasing a spread, girl? We want to showcase Chef Holly and Chef Holly, not chauffeur Holly.
Girl.
I was like, I see now when I saw Holly, I was like, maybe she prepared meals or
I was thinking that too.
For them in the RV.
I thought she was going down to cook.
And she just
no tea, no shade. I thought she was going down to cook. And maybe they had hired somebody. See.
Then I was like,
She
Then
was
Holly
tired. Hello.
Right.
Okay.
Then Holly gonna say. Then Maddie was like, "Oh, Holly gonna drive." I was like, "Girl,
Right.
Holly is
So,
not driving this daggone RV, girl. You know,
girl, they in there. They in this old RV and they are packed in.
Like tuna fish.
Mhm.
Okay, so right, like tuna fish. Miss Mary done gave her good old eulogy prayer, girl.
Right.
I was like,
45 minutes later.
she knew. She knew.
We all have that family member that prays forever long, girl.
But wait, her prayer
Tell
was
me
with
that family
purpose.
member tomorrow. Y'all get ready.
Right. I felt like she knew this was going to be a 12 to 14 hour trip of everybody being in one space. She was praying to get everybody girded up, but she's like, Lord Jesus, I know that these babies is going to act. They're going to act up.
Right.
It's not going to be a peaceful ride, not the whole way.
You know what? And I would have thought, no tea, no shade, and I know, but no tea, no shade. I thought they would have got like a bigger RV so they would have like the little resting bumps so people could take and get away from everybody if they really wanted to. But, you know, I mean, I know when you're doing everything on a budget because we all do stuff on a budget.
It's
season. But I'm not talking about them. I'm just saying just in general, though, because, you know, when Madison got behind the wheel, they went on down the road. But, you know, altar call and sitting up there and waiting.
Girl, and there was another prayer. Girl, when you saw when Maddie got in that seat, girl, Lord, Miss Mary was back there. She was like, Lord, you about to make me fart. Did y'all catch that part when she said that?
Yeah. Yeah, I caught that too. I caught it the second time around.
I was
Craig
like,
said, now that I don't want you to do.
Right.
It was good. And, you know, whenever you get together with creative people, that's when a lot of stuff comes around. And that's a one creative old helper right now.
Let me just tell you something.
Right.
I like how she put it as a team building trip when it was actually a brainstorming trip.
Right. I hollered. I was like, see. Man,
I said, girl, they working. This was a brainstorming session.
Right.
It wasn't team building.
Savon, what you call it? Team building is whenever they take it, they climb up on a ladder and everybody hold their hands.
It's when
to be
people
there.
are like doing things to learn more about each other, exercises to learn about strengths and weaknesses. And you know what? They probably did because let me just tell you, there were some scenes that was cut out. If y'all paid attention to the trailer that was out last week, tell us about this week. There was a moment where it was like Madison and Chi-Chi was having a moment. And I was real nervous about that, but we didn't see that. We didn't see that in this episode.
I guess we'll see that 3 weeks later on a deleted scene.
Maybe.
So maybe next
it was a brainstorming / team building trip. It was 12 hours. You can get a lot of shit done in 12 hours. You know
what? I wasn't even thinking about it. Zala, you may be right. It may be next episode because they got to drive back up too.
Okay, but are they wearing the same clothes that they drove down?
I don't. You know,
I went back and I watched. I was like, they can do that unless Oliver and everybody gonna be wearing the same outfit they had when they went down, girl.
And you know, Bougie ain't gonna do it. Bougie Cat ain't gonna do it.
Well,
listen. So this team building, it was a work trip.
Yeah.
That's that. And then why they do my niece like that? Why they do Chi-Chi like that at confessional? They know Chi-Chi know how to spell Craig. I don't believe he spelled it on purpose. I believe they coached him to spell it wrong. How long he been around Craig? Why would you spell him Carig? Ooh, what you need?
Jasmine knows she ain't right, girl. I can't her.
Girl, not too much.
Here she goes, girl. Here she goes.
Not too much.
It's Saturday, girl, not Tuesday.
Right. We ain't being shady yet.
Show lane, because I ain't being shady at all.
Oh, we waiting. We waiting until we get to the end to that daddy. So y'all stay tuned, honey.
Right, girl.
Stay tuned, raw.
Just think of this as a roller coaster as you're finally approaching the top, girl.
Oh,
stay tuned, girl. Because I have a lot of things to say.
Yes, Miss Holly gets in the back. And then Madison gets them there in 2.2 seconds.
Right.
But that's one thing I said, that helper does not mind driving. She'll get behind the wheel in a heartbeat. She like me, I love to drive.
Yep.
I will be paying somebody to do that for me.
Yeah.
But she's a control person, so she likes to have the elements in her hands, and I'm like that too.
Elements.
I'm a drive.
Girl, really, girl.
Elements in her hands.
I'm a drive. Like I need to have the elements in my hands.
Okay, you know what? We go moving
I'm
around.
talking about the car.
We could have went so many places with that.
I was about to say something else. Girl.
She had
that's y'all minds. That's y'all minds in the
No, because you meant
girl,
know your audience.
Girl,
you know we nasty in the head.
Nasty, put some clothes on. Why don't you?
I told you.
Right. And you act like we don't know you, girl. So
right. You like elements.
She act like she didn't mean what she said.
And I didn't, but I said what I said.
And
you did.
She like elements and thangalangs in her hands.
So all the trade watching.
That must be ancient Chinese secret.
Oh.
So young.
Girl,
so listen. Anything y'all want to say about the RV before we move to the point where they rolled up and got to Miss Mary's house?
Well, I will. Girl, don't say nothing.
I wonder why it took so long to get to one thing.
Girl, don't start, girl.
And 9 hours in.
I do appreciate that it kind of showed their chemistry with how quickly they started feeding off of each other when they came up. We're starting to do their ideas again, showing the chemistry that they all have together, which is why Maddie wanted them all to get together for this brainstorming event. Absolutely. Even though she ain't tell them that it was a brainstorming.
She didn't.
Even though she didn't do that, but
she didn't tell them. She said that it was a team building trip.
Right. So I did enjoy that, but go ahead, Jazz.
Only thing I was gonna say, it took a long time for them to get nowhere fast. That's all. We can move along.
Okay, so we get to Miss Mary's house, honey. And baby, we knew that Maddie, no tea, no shade, Maddie, but baby, with that caboose you got, girl, we knew you weren't gonna have no problems getting that RV in that driveway, baby.
Period.
And did. And did. Girl.
But it was weird. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. It was weird them coming into Miss Mary's house and seeing a wall of Timmy. That was weird. I won't say weird, but it was back.
It made it real, right? Because a lot of people only have met T.S. Madison as T.S. Madison. And here's the thing. Here's the beautiful thing to me. Baby, I've always thought T.S. Madison was beautiful, but it's like, okay, we're going to have this and we're going to see it and we're going to move on. As Timothy, baby, Timothy was quite handsome.
I'll even say fine, girl.
Yes, girl. I mean,
prom king.
So it's like you can do either. I'm like, you a bomb ass, fine ass female, but you was a fine ass man too. Like, damn.
King of the prom, baby.
Baby, did you see? I mean, I was like, oh. And then the transition is just so like black and white.
Two different people. Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing how much her and Miss Mary look so much alike. I mean, it's just, I cringed at the scene and then loved the scene the same. Because me and Jasmine, you know, we that's why I tell people jokingly, look for their baby pics. Because
where's the threes?
But no. How often have I said that? I said that to to nephew. Your nephew, I was like, look for baby pics. Because a lot of times there aren't any, you know. Because baby, she bad. I always thought she was bad, but it was like, damn.
Oh,
like, so a lot of people
came on camera.
What you gonna go
face
do?
And mug. You know what? I was.
What you doing later?
Same thing.
Nothing. I promise. Oh my god.
Where y'all threes at? Her coming on cam. Look, man, ran her ass off. So listen. So they went down memory lane, and Maddie started talking about she started talking about her transition and how she would come home via the window, practically living a double life, disrobing out of her womanhood, creeping into her manhood. You know, there was a story when she spoke about her brother found her lipstick, and as curious kids do, you know, they play around with it, and he proceeded to put it on, and then she had one recollection of events, and then Miss Mary had a different recollection of events. So, you know, it's interesting how timelines play. But I brought that up to say, we talked about it on your show, Jasmine, how a lot of times parents don't think that kids are paying attention because we come off kind of hard-headed. You tell us 5 times or 50, 11 times to do something, and we don't do it, but we are paying attention because Madison paid attention to what she perceived that reaction was, right?
And that's why she left.
And she knew, okay, you know, this is not going to be easy. And that's kind of why a lot of people go back into their shell and walk this path by themselves.
Yep. And you have to choose you.
Yep. Because parents, we're listening. We watch how you deal with somebody else when you may not know that we in that same boat. You know, if there's somebody that's outside that's gay or bi or lesbian, how you react to them. Or if it's an interracial couple and you like, oh, I can't tell you how many times I have friends who have said, I mean, girl, that's fine. I love my kids as long as they don't bring no blah, blah home or no blah, blah home. And I'm sitting there like, bitch, I'm all of those things.
What about the pastors that say it?
I'm all of those things. I got a white man. Why you don't want your son to bring no white girl home? I got a white man. You act like it's cool. So this is one of those moments where people act like it's okay, but you figure out what their real feelings are when it comes home.
Right.
You know, and that tells people stuff. So your kids are watching, and then you wonder, well, why would they feel like they couldn't tell us? Well, not because
your reactions.
Your reaction. I mean,
and
what else do they go off of?
When you see somebody else in the street, how they take it and carry on. And a lot of us, that's the reason why we go into the closet. That's why a lot of the download dudes live the way that they do, because they done heard they aunties and uncles, and you know they'll be quick to do this number when they talk about us, saying that they got a tank full of sugar and different things like that. When you hear that foolishness, it makes you not want to be around nobody. It makes you want to pack your shit, or as much of it as you can, and get out.
Yeah.
And then they wonder, well, why did you leave and why did you go? I haven't seen you in such and such amount of years, and you're all the way in where, and why are you all the way there by yourself? I wasn't welcome at home, so why would I be there?
Right.
What do you mean? You remember when you said such and such? I don't remember that. You said it though.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are
absolutely right.
Family, I did have, I think it was my great uncle. I had a great uncle, then a great aunt who, he was gay, she was a lesbian, and they were always around the family, but it was never really discussed about them being homosexual. And for me, I picked up on it because it's like, okay, you allow them around, but it was always very hush, or it was always just a really weird dynamic. And it was kind of like, yes, you're welcoming them in because they're family, but at the same time, I also got the fact that you're hushing them out, because the uncle, he would always bring around it was his boyfriend, but he always say that was his friend. I'm like, they live together.
You have no kids.
The roommate situation.
How many of us
always roommates? Girl, you 85 years old with that same roommate. Girl, roommates usually venture out and get their own place, their own family. Baby, you got 2 bedrooms, and that other bed ain't never touched.
Savon, or either why is it every time that it's a holiday the roommate come? The roommate don't have family?
The roommate is there with his family, his man's family.
Or why you can't go stay at Uncle Peter's house? Oh no, his roommate ain't gonna let you come over.
Why? Because you gonna see that room, that second bedroom is actually the guest bedroom. always
And it's
made. Linens
immaculate,
always
baby.
crisp.
Listen, I will say that the house be immaculate, honey. Immaculate.
Period.
Yeah. Well, for
Which is
some of
another
the
giveaway.
gays, not all of them.
Yes, because there's some nasty gays out there. Let's
Well,
be
I ain't been
real.
to those, so I don't know. Baby,
But the
Girl,
one,
keep
yeah.
living. Keep living.
Just be thankful that you
Keep
haven't.
living.
isn't that the trade? Isn't that
Some of
trade?
them, no.
No.
It's the girls too, because they
Listen.
some of them sit up there and they'll paint you a picture. They so clean, pristine. They come over there, be smelling good, skin be looking good, and then you go to their house and you like, I don't want a
Girl.
cup of water from you.
I
You
don't
can't
want
even give me
I
a
don't even want to
bottle,
breathe
a
the
can
air.
or nothing.
I don't
It
even want
was
to
the
breathe
way
the air.
Jeffrey came forward to the camera, like,
I don't want nothing. So
Look,
listen,
I ain't
so
coming back in here right now. I seen
Get
something
him back.
crawl across.
getting back to the show. So
Yes, ma'am.
Maddie talked about her experience, and then Oliver shared his story and how he always knew that he liked boys and how he wasn't wavering from it. You know, he made a comment that, listen, they just got to deal with it. And some people are like that and some aren't, but that just shows you the dynamics between the variety of people. You know, Maddie elaborated that her family is still allowed to call her by her dead name, that she has extended it seems grace after several years. And that was a moment of awakening, I think, for her, because as she has stepped into the next level of her life and or career, she made a I'm going to say pungent statement. And the reason why I say that, because pungent seems stronger than strong in my sense, because it just really catches your eye and your senses. Your senses, a pungent statement. She was like, how do I expect the world to meet me, greet me on this platform if I can't get my own family to? And I was like, that's a message. That is a message. Because then that gives them more warrant, even though they didn't need it to begin with, more warrant to call you out of your name and or gender.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I agree with you, Nivea, because age does.
Yeah,
play
Oliver
a difference
was.
In it.
Yeah.
The younger
definitely.
kids in Leander age bracket, like, they don't understand the foolishness that us over 35 went through.
I still think that it's different, and
Yes.
and I'm only going to tell you why I think it's different, because for me, and this is for a whole nother show, maybe a members only. I kind of touched on it a little bit today earlier, but for me, it wasn't an option for me too. So when I don't know, Oliver didn't say what age, so I don't know at what age he made that decision, but to live his authentic life. So that's when I say make a decision. People say, well, whatever you decide to be, people don't get that it's not a decision. The decision is whether I'm going to live authentically, transparently with everybody in the world, or if I'm going to hold it inward. The choice to be gay or is not a choice. The choice to be there's a choice to be openly gay, live in my truth and not hide it, but the choice is not to be gay. So for me, I remember having a moment to where I chose me over everybody. And that was at the age of probably 19, 20, when I started understanding more about what I liked. And like I said, that's a whole nother show. We'll talk about it. I made the decision that I wanted to live the way I felt externally, and there really wasn't anybody who could change my mind. But once again, that depends on the person.
Right.
It really is. So the next scene, this is the scene that I know. Miss Mary, look, I can't keep no tissues around the house messing around with you, ma'am. When she met her grandbaby, oh, girl.
That was a lot.
Girl. COVID-19. Oh. It just like, oh.
Did a lot, didn't it?
Girl. And it was just a moment. I get to see you. I've been waiting to see you. And then if you guys don't catch the after show, you really should, because she gave us more, content behind those tears, and it just blew me away. It just blew me away.
It was very powerful. It
Yeah.
really was. And then the affirmation of the whole situation, it just puts everything into perspective on, how powerful this COVID situation is. And people fail to realize that it's nothing to play with.
No.
And, I sit back and I thought about that scene, and then I was thinking about when I saw the outtake or the deleted scene between Madison and Chi-Chi. And I already understood it, but I understood a lot more whenever she was like, girl, you're not watching all, CNN and seeing, basically CNN was telling everybody, all these bodies and stuff that had no place that they could put that when COVID first hit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I understood that. And it's not only a responsibility for him to ensure his safety, but you have to also ensure the safety of everyone else that's around you. So if you're living in a household with different age bracket of people, you have to be more considerate of everyone else. And I'm not saying that he was not. So I don't want it to be taken into context that I was not saying that he was not. But, we sometimes do take and say, well, girl, if I'm going to be okay, they're going to be okay. And everyone may have different underlying issues that you have to be more considerate of. And that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And I hope I wasn't I'm not trying to downgrade Chi-Chi or anything like that. I'm just saying, because with me, yourself, I stopped going out everywhere, everything, because I moved in with my mom when I first got back down here. My mom's 68 years old. My mom has underlying health issues, so I'm not going to try to expose her to something that I could physically not expose her to if I can. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just be very real. I understood what Maddie was saying, period. And the reason why I understood it, and I understood, in the beginning, it was very hard to take it serious because you didn't know anybody who was dealing with it. So therefore, if it wasn't there in your face where you're seeing someone deal with it, you sometimes feel like it's fake news. But here's what I will say. We are sitting here April 3rd, 2021. And the first time that I will say my mom and niece came over was when I had my surgery. Since they shut everything down. Right. Now, have I seen them? I have, but nobody has been to my house. No friends, no nothing. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I've not been really to theirs. And if I have, it was a moment, drop this off at the door and leave. So I took it extremely serious. Like, I mean, I have friends who are like, girl, well, you ain't gonna let me come to your house. That's right. You're right. And it's not personal, it's COVID.
Right. And another thing, like to piggyback off what you're saying, the first time that it really hit home for me is when Madison was doing the Maddie in the morning, and one of the members came on and had just had it.
Yes.
And he was going through and he was like, I don't know, how long my body's going to be able to sustain from it and everything, and that for me, because I knew she was real. I know it was live and it was happening right then there. That's what really took it and hit home for me. And for me to be in close proximity to the people that I've worked with and people around me has gotten it twice.
Yeah.
And by the grace of God, I've never been touched with it or my household. So it hit home for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And the fact that now seeing what was going on during that time, yeah, Bambi, it's not personal, it's COVID. That's exactly what I was telling people. It's not personal, girl, it's COVID. Don't get in your feelings, because I'm not gonna feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. And that person on that live, I remember the live that you're talking about, Jasmine, and he actually said he followed all the precautions. And what we know now that we didn't know then is that it's very easy to contract. Even if you did everything possible, it can be on a hair strand, a shirt, and if you're not spraying your whole body down, it spreads so quickly. So, that's why I posted Friday? Well, that's Friday. I was at the doctor's office An old girl came in and she was like, I'm so sorry, I don't have a mask. You know, I live in such and such county, and we don't have a mask mandate. I was like, well, girl, that's not a real excuse. This place says you have to have a mask. And old girl, the receptionist looked at her like, what you want me to do? And so I look, you ain't gotta say nothing. Don't worry about being customer centric. I was like, well, Davidson County does. So you need to get a mask.
Period.
And she did what?
She went and got that damn mask. Girl, come on now. Don't do that. Period. You can run around whatever Knots Landing County or Disney County that you live in where you feel like just because they told you not to wear a mask that you're okay. This is why I tell people, sometimes some people have to be told what to do, because leaving it up to them, girl, they just burn up the whole damn place. Girl.
To me, it don't make no sense. We've been doing this a whole year and a month now.
And she may have been vaccinated, all of those things. That means you have a reduced probability of catching the virus, but that don't mean that the virus on you can't spread to other people who haven't. Girl, look, I looked at her, I was like, well, you need to get you a mask.
Real quick and Herbie.
And you done jumped in front of me to sign in. You see, I'm waiting and I ain't signed in. What you girl? Anyway, get back up to the show.
Oh, okay, all right.
Let me get back to the show. WeTV, y'all shady as hell. I saw how many times y'all kept zooming in on my girl feed.
Girl, let's talk about all the fucking commercials. Oops, sorry.
I saw how many times y'all was doing it. Well, you know what? I'm not going to even be mad about the commercials, because when you have a show and you have all the advertisers who wants to be in your slot, because when you buy advertisement, you get to pay for slots. Right. So that
I get that part, but what I'm saying though is that they start 2 minutes late and then they end 2 to 5 minutes early for
you know, we've been saying something about them, you know, right? That's why I'm asking WeTV, can you please make sure that we have lots of deleted scenes and things like that to have on the page to keep, you know, because there's so much more I know, and I hope they're working it the way that I think that they're working it, the way that I would hope that they're working it, because baby, there's a lot of content we can still see in between. Yeah, and them commercials are like 10 to 15 minutes long, I feel like.
Well, for 45 minutes show, for an hour show, you're only going to get 45 minutes of the show plus a 15 minutes worth of commercials.
Wait, the Mavs coach has the 19 and he had the vaccine. They say that the 19 is just only reduces your risk. It doesn't, you know, keep you from catching again. It's just like the flu. So there's that. So and Coco said, and not put the deleted scenes out with the episodes 3 years later. Here's the thing about this. Right. We are so passionate about it because we love the show and we're watching. That's the good thing. Man, you know.
Or they could just do a marathon and make it happen for us with deleted scenes and all.
Ooh, or they could do a season package, like a DVD package or a digital package with deleted scenes and things like that. Bro, that would be cute.
But I do think they do, because WeTV does do this with their shows. They do have like a marathon of the show. Mm-hmm. And then it's including like the behind the scenes, deleted scenes as well with the people talking. Okay. They've done that, because I remember that the Braxton Family Values did that before.
But I need to make sure I do it before I cancel.
Well.
So
what did I miss? What did I miss while I was relocating?
We were talking about walking down memory lane at Maddie's house. Did you catch the conversation about that and how she spoke about her moments from transitioning from, you know, old self to current self? And Oliver shared his story about, you know, when he always knew that he liked what he liked, and, you know, kind of how he dealt with his coming out. And then we talked about Miss Mary's emotional first time meeting her grandbaby.
Yeah. So I'll talk about the my whole thing. So
okay,
if you guys have again, plugging my mother. So check out the interview that my mother did for me on her channel at Jelly Dog.
Yes.
But
I'll have to
I
drop the link
wasn't,
to that.
yeah, I wasn't aware of. I knew I was different because of how people looked at me and how they treated me, from just how I presented myself while I was walking, minding my own goddamn business as a kid. So I would hear sly comments and stuff like that from the kids at school, and stuff like that. But I didn't realize until high school that I was actually attracted to boys just as much as I was into girls at that point in time. So I didn't really come out until I was in college. Because high school, before that, I went through a depression. So at the point of high school, I was in an angry phase. You know, like there's like stages of depression and you healing from that. So I was at the point where it was just anger, period. So no matter what happened, no matter what anybody said to me, it was anger. I had a huge chip on my shoulder. And that's what happens a lot of times when you're bullied for your whole life about something that you really don't understand yet, but you know that it's wrong. And then when you go to church, you hear that your attraction to the same sex is wrong as well.
Yeah.
And then it pertains again to what we've been talking about on The Night of Shade with Lil Nas X, with the whole joke, you're going to hell and stuff like that. So I had that whole thing on my brain as well. But you get to a point where it's like, who are you going to live for, yourself or people? And at 21, I was like, I'm not going to live for anybody else but myself. So
right.
At that point, I did come out as bisexual, which you guys now know me as now. But it wasn't an easy process. So I understand.
You're a bisexual?
Right. Right, bisexual.
Oh, bisexual.
How does Maddie say it?
Bisexual.
Yeah. So, so it wasn't an easy process. Still learning, and it's also still a learning process as well, because you're unlearning. You're constantly unlearning things.
And that's what everybody, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
People who are straight are constantly learning about their straight selves. You know what I'm saying? You know, so
constantly learning and unlearning a lot of the things
them.
I was told and taught about. Shut up, Libby.
So have I in my yesteryears. You know, we are, you know, we're ambassadors.
We are the muses, the goddesses of
Bring me my girls.
Right.
Bring back my girls.
We are
my girls. We're gonna move on because we do have a couple things that we want, and I don't want us to keep us on too long. But Maddie is that bitch. Right. Let me tell you, she went out of town. She left Leggra there, girl. Leggra was watching over the house and the whole complete project related to her basement build out, baby.
I want to talk about that for just
studio.
Like 2 seconds.
Let's talk about it, girl, because I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, I can tell it's gonna be so goddamn fine.
Can somebody explain to me, how is it that people that have dogged out, demonized, talked about XYZ and said that she would never be anything, has gotten a whole,
speak on it,
whole, not a partial, not a little bit, but a whole production studio in the basement? There's not a lot of TV stars that we know of have a whole production studio in their basement. Do you know how big a person's house has to be in order to take and do that, just to have a whole level?
And it's probably a whole level basement at that, which means all that living
it runs the whole
space
house.
She has upstairs, she has downstairs to have rooms,
green room, 2 different sets. A makeup room, girl. I mean, like, come on, like, I mean, Oprah, girl. I mean, I'm just saying,
girl. I did not check the behind the scenes shots of the studio. I did not.
Patreon. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go check it out. So if you guys don't and aren't members of Madison's Patreon, this is your time where you know, since I would think you would be going to be nosy, but girl, go be nosy and be a fan, girl. Listen, I tell you what, I cannot wait to see just everything. I know she is living, honey, but there are those whom we will not speak about who still have those same dusty books and dried up bookshelf. I'm just saying, girl. So she's that bitch. In my opinion,
and still not like a sarcophagus.
She is that bitch. She is doing, once again, paving her own way in her own lane. She is not leaning on anything. You can tell how she's moving. She's like, listen, if this WeTV thing, if it doesn't, which we pray that it does work out, baby, I'm still going to make spaces so I can still do what I do in a separate living space. All right, John, you better be giving Leanda all these compliments and stuff.
Right. You know what? But like, how much? But people just don't even realize by her taking and doing that how much value she's added, equity she's added into her home.
Right.
Whole studio.
Don't tell them nothing, girl. Let her think she broke. Let them think it.
Right.
Let them think it, girl.
Where?
Girl, everywhere apparently, right? Let them think it, girl.
These hoes don't realize for 15 years, this hoe has been a millionaire for 15 years. 15 years. Her first movie she put out that she owned by Raw Dog Entertainment, which is her company, she still makes coins off of that on BDD.
Yep.
Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say.
Let's be clear. Yeah. How many of us can take and go out and say that we're gonna buy a BMW if she wanted to pay cash for it? She didn't want a payment. How many of us can say that? She wanted to pay cash.
Let me just say this.
And that's not riding no short tails or
nothing. Those who are supposed to be around you, Maddie, are those who are in your corner are supposed to be, and those who aren't supposed to be. So those doors that closed were not meant for you because there were greater doors being seasoned and prepared for you. So girl, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Behind every no is a yes. And sometimes that no is a blessing because it keeps you from getting to where you could be that's greater. Girl, that's fine. Let them hate, girl.
I want to be like her. Also, what this shows us all, girl, is just because you started off in a certain place, girl, that doesn't mean you can't rise to the occasion, girl.
Exactly.
So now the production value is going to be even greater than it is already.
We all have got to start
with the stuff she was doing in that basement with it not being where it's going to be.
You couldn't tell.
You can't tell. You can't tell me it's not going to be even better. The production value is not going to be even better. The scenery is not going to be better.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Let me get Bambi together first of all.
You know he's been acting up in the comments all night.
Look, from your mouth to God's ears is all I'm going to say. From your mouth to God's ears, I claim it. You named it. I claim it.
When
in the name of
tomorrow, it's on site.
Oh.
All I can say is that
Maddie,
congratulations. A second client of Nivea's because I know you already got the rich one over here. Hold up, the rich one over here, and then I'm gonna be following suit. You know, I'm following suit with her. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Father God, for the blessings. Y'all are saying it, so we are thanking Him. We're putting it in the universe, and listen. So let's
I'm right behind it.
Back to Maddie, honey, the original gangster girl. So let's talk about Maddie. Congratulations on your blessings. Okay. And continued blessings. Let's talk about Maddie taking her team down to her old stomping ground, the places I like to call Pleasure Island.
I think it shows a different side that, you know, people take different things and just make jokes of them and create stories, but this shows that what she talked about was real. and that she actually survived that stuff. And people don't realize that she survived a lot to get to where she is. Her foundation was laid. And her foundation was laid. Like she said, you know, you can learn something in a book, but until it's applied in real life, it's just something that you don't learn in a book. And what you learn on the streets or doing it yourself, can't no person take it from you because it's learned right then and there. It's real life.
Some people are always looking at your end without ever giving consideration to your beginning, where you had to come from, the things you had to go through to get there, the life-altering moments, the life-threatening moments to get to where you at. Everybody want to, you know, make comments about, oh, it was so easy. Oh, all she do this and all she do. You don't know what she did and didn't do. You don't know what she doing today. Okay, everybody does what they had to do. Oliver actually asked her a question. Why did you turn to this particular lifestyle? And she stated that it was something that was introduced to her. It was introduced to her in a multitude of ways. First of all, people not wanting to employ the girls.
Period. And when they found out your tea,
you got to
harassment from that point on.
You see, but to me, that's a type of bullying.
But back then, they didn't have those kind of laws.
Girl, they don't have them now.
Right.
Because, you know,
and then the law
Orange took it away.
They're trying to take it again.
So, you know, it's hard. You know, it's I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's hard, and a lot of girls don't get the opportunity. I thank God that I was one that did get the opportunity, and that God paved the way for me. You know, that's all I'm gonna say. It's pure discrimination, and I'm thankful every day for what I have, because a lot of girls aren't even given the opportunity.
Amen.
Amen.
I'm in the same boat. Different path, but some of the similar situations.
I'm just happy that one, she survived. One.
Yes.
But one thing I've always respected about her is that she never let her past define her. But she also wasn't ashamed of her past either.
That's right.
So nobody could shame her about her past. That's what I respect the most.
Own it. If you own your shit, can't nobody shame you about nothing. That's yours. And here's the thing. The first person who always got something to say, baby, let's get us some binoculars and look into their lives, girl. We're going to see a whole bunch of shit in their corners, honey. Cobwebs and closets under that box that's been back there for 13 years, girl. You're going to see a whole lot of shit. So we're going to move on, because she further explained how even when she was out in working within Pleasure Island, how it was still discontent and hate amongst the girls. The girls would be wishing that something would happen to the other because it's competition. Could you imagine having to live like that?
But think about it. A lot of times in the community, that's how we are, is that inner self-hate that's with each one of us. And no tea, no shade. I think we all have been at a point that we feel like that, oh, something happened to that person. Oh, I'm glad it wasn't me. Let's be real.
Girl. I mean, I'm not going to lie about it, girl.
You know, even when we read the headline stories or whatever, you know, girl, when we was out there doing our things, and let's be clear, all of us have played tricks on people once or twice. That could have been us laid up dead.
What's a trick, girl? What kind of trick we play?
You know, some of us don't come up and be straightforward and let folks know, hey, this is my team. You know, and we play those whole stroll games. Let's be real.
Well, girl, that ain't always the truth, though. A lot of people know them hoes knew, even when we didn't say nothing. Right. Even when you didn't say nothing, sometimes it wasn't nothing to say. But you're right. I think about a lot of stuff that people have gone through and how easily it could have been me. You know, whether it was a chat line, hookup. Right. Girl, we could have met us a Jeffrey Dahmer. Who knows? We probably did, and he just decided, not Jeffrey Dahmer, but met a Jeffrey Dahmer-esque person, and for whatever reason, we got away. He didn't do anything to us. We don't know.
Right.
We don't know.
I know I had a stalker at one time. But
I know I had a stalker.
Story. That would definitely be a story on my for Patreon.
Well, I have a stalker, and his name is Stalker Bob. And if you are a member, You will see the
seen
Stalker
that one.
Bob videos out there, girl. Stalker Bob. So speaking of memberships, it's time for just a little moment to share with those who may have just joined that we have membership with the Save On Experience.
Yes.
Divas and Jivas, the Save On Experience is now offering membership, and we have 2 tiers. First tier for $1.99 a month, and then the second tier for $4.99 a month. What you say? $1.99 and $4.99? Girl, why I need to join your stuff? That's a good question. But let me tell you what I'm going to be offering. I'm going to be offering exclusive content, more than just one show a week for myself. You know, I collaborate with everybody, but I want to give you more of me and who I am. So with the $1.99 membership, you will get exclusive videos, okay, that are unpublished. So I have videos that are unpublished. You'll get to see those for $1.99 a month. Pop-up one-on-one chats with me and my girl Jasmine Divine Girl, me Puppy Fuckcat, and whoever else I deem that I want to talk to that week. And also, you get a glimpse of the behind the scenes of the artistry that is me. When I'm creating Shaquansha, Fat Peaches, or whomever, you get to see the bloopers, the cuts that didn't make the final floor. And at $4.99 a month, you get more of my journal. Day to day. You know what I'm saying? What are my thoughts? How am I feeling? How do I make it look so easy? It ain't. Oh, Curl. Then you'll get more. Look, oh, Curl. And then you'll get more of what? Shaquansha, girl. You know y'all love her. Y'all love me. Y'all know it.
See, this is what I'm talking about. These type of glitches you don't see live, at least not all the time. But girl, we gonna see all of that, girl. And then you never know who else may roll through. Girl.
Fat Peaches, hey girl, I'm gonna roll through as well. And what we gonna talk about, shit that Savon go through, shit that Saquon go through, and some shit that they can't talk about. Y'all know there's Topic Tuesdays that happen. You may even see some content that did not make Topic Tuesday. Cause you know, we ain't trying to muscle, you know, Chi brand like that. But you come over here for $4.99 a month and you get it. Because guess what?
Petty monsters is in effect over here. So petty monsters, divas and jivas, and then those who ride with Fat Peaches, come on over. $4.99 a month, you get everything. And all tiers include custom emojis and badges. Go on, join now. You ain't gonna be disappointed. I promise.
Yes.
Breezy B said, how do you want me? Oh, how do you need me?
Join the house today.
Join the house today.
Come on and join the house
today.
Join
So y'all,
the house
we are
today.
at the part of the show, Lord Jesus, where we get to talk about the who?
That bastard.
The dad. Oh,
Hold
you
on.
gotta be respectful. That's still her daddy. You said that bastard.
I retract
Who
my
wanna go
statement.
first, girl? The daddy. Now, first, before we go, the way she strolled down that motherfucking sidewalk in that beautiful dress with all that body, how could you even fucking say, oh, son, girl? I was like, where's my mace? Where's my mace? Spray him. Spray him right now.
So let's rewind it for a second for whenever they're sitting inside of the
Nana's
cafe at Nana's at the cafe at Nana's, and he was just being so disrespectful.
He was.
This is my issue with the whole situation. When people want you for one thing or the other, and you're there for them, and they still can't respect you for whatever reasons, I don't get it. I don't get where was he? What is the different class? That's number one. That's one of the questions that I really want to ask him. Like, what different class? What is the class that won't allow you to accept your child? Number two, you seeing a whole woman. I see no man in front of you. You seeing a whole female.
Mm-hmm.
Even without a face on, you seeing a whole female. So where I'm done.
All of it.
Because I really want to go there and be ignorant, but I'm not going to be ignorant. I really do.
This is one of those moments I feel like he was being disrespectful intentionally and on purpose. Yes. And I'm just gonna give my assessment real quick, and I want it to be. I'm keeping in mind that this is still, regardless of how we feel about it, we got to remember this is still her daddy. Mm-hmm. And there are always bonds that's there. But I also felt like when he looked at his child, it reminded him of a whole lot about himself as well.
Right. That we later found out.
You could tell how he looked that there was a divide there. And when you transformed, I was like, bitch, what is she, an Autobot?
Transform, roll out.
Autobots, roll out. Right. I'm like, the transform that he was talking about, I feel made him uncomfortable because it was too close to home. Personally, I don't understand why you think you can't agree with something. And from what I gather, just the visual observation from the show, Daddy has done a lot of things and doing a lot of things. And I just feel like he would be someone who would understand the most, I felt like, because he's seen a lot and done a lot and experienced a lot in his life. So how dare you sit there on a pedestal of judgment? And I knew it was judgment because he said, I just have that type of class. No tea, no shade, Maddie. I'm trying to be respectful, but class where?
Hit dogs holler.
You done called and asked for money. You look like you just came from the nearest, and I mean the nearest halfway house.
I was just going to say rehab, child. Thank you for clearing it up, because I was going to say rehab.
And if you need something, you run to your daughter. Daughter.
What?
Daughter.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to say this as quickly as I possibly can. Excuse the noise in the background. Mm-hmm. But from the moment Maddie walked in, Maddie looked beautiful, by the way, walking up to her father. Maddie, I'm going to say this in the most polite way I can say. Your father is a piece of shit.
Oh. Respectfully.
I'm sorry. And I know that's your dad, so I'm trying to keep it to where I'm not being too disrespectful. But for me, the moment that he saw you and he said out of his mouth, sir, I knew where it was going. I was like, oh, so you're just doing this on purpose. You're doing this on purpose to antagonize your child. Now, if Maddie beat him up and did whatever she wanted to do with him at that moment, the headlines would be a whole different story. It would be like she's wrong and she's for doing what she did. No, she's not. Because he's doing it to antagonize her. And that's what was making
intentionally.
You're intentionally doing that. Not only have you not been in this I'm speaking and when I say child, I'm not speaking as her in this point now, but this is your child.
Mm-hmm.
You left your child with their mother, along with their other siblings. You come back into this person's life, and then you ask them to call you something. They oblige and agree, but the first thing out your mouth is that you did all of this stuff to me. Like she did something to you. Sir, you did something to her when you left her alone, her mother. That's where the wrong is at. Or with you, not her.
Ooh! Say bye. Yes.
And
Okay.
that's why I was so irritated. That's why I said it triggered me. Because for me personally, somebody that brings the child into this earth and you just do, and again, we all have our issues, we all have our problems. But one thing I can't stand is when somebody negates their own responsibility and how things happen in the history of you and your child's relationship, and acts like it and starts gaslighting them.
It definitely made me feel a lot of the same situation that I went through with my father. So I understand.
I agree with all that, but I also I think where Maddie was coming from, and I could be wrong, but I feel like Maddie is definitely, she's been through enough and she's elevated enough. She knows like it's certain shit that yes, it's disrespectful, yes, it hurts you, but it's certain shit, especially when it comes to, I feel like, dealing with fathers, you just have to let it go. I've done the best I could do. It is what it is. Now, it was me, yes. Part of me like, oh, fuck him, whoop his ass, do all this and that. But at the same time, it's like, for what, sweetie? I'm elevating. I'm elevating myself.
What does that? I feel like, but see, for me, I feel like that let go, personally, the letting go for me is like my fan says, the let it go is just a bye bitch. It's just a bye. That's me letting go. Bye.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you get to the point where nobody's going to change their mind, and the only thing they're going to do is try to make you miserable for several reasons. And that's why I say you got to give people a grace period, but with everything, the grace period or that trial period ends.
Amen.
Now you're going to have to start positing, because you can't keep withdrawing, and it hurts both people.
Are you frozen, baby?
Uh-oh.
Savon?
I do agree, though.
And she was making such a good point.
I think Maddie, I honestly think she was doing it. It was bigger than herself. I don't know how to describe it in words per se, but she understands. She is the first Black trans woman on TV. And I think Maddie would have probably went off on him. It probably would have been a shoe thrown and all of that.
I feel like not only did Fat Peaches.
Girl, we must be talking about her daddy too.
I think so. I think that's a cousin or something.
Fat Peaches, these your people we talking about, girl.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like you get to a point that you get tired of giving people passes, though. When enough is enough, and I felt like she took and endured what she took and endured to show people that she can rise above the situation. You know what I mean? That's
why I think they did the scene, and that's why I think she was so cordial, because she wanted to show us, like, now y'all know normal me. But I'm also trying. I think she did in a way because think about it, we all could connect with that, or not. I won't say all, but a lot of us could connect with that hurt, that trauma, that pain on such a real level. And I think, like, yes, I'm not saying that she should have sat there and did it, but I understand why she did it. I do. I think she was doing it. No, this is what all trans girls around the world got to go through. This is what we got to go through with our parents.
She said, I'm sorry, I'm listening, but Bambi's also teaching me how to do my fan. Thank you, Bambi. He's like, hold that last bracket. Thank you, boo. I've been trying this whole time. I'm about to be annoying as fuck. I'm finna go downstairs and be like,
the long core of Texas finally told her.
I'd been told Savon that. She just don't listen to me. But Bambi told him.
He said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. He said, I'm gonna tell you exactly what he said. Hold the last bracket, which is that one, and just let it fall. You may have said it, but it probably had to be Cliff Note version. Cause now I'm doing it. I'm holding the last bracket, and he said, and just let it fall. Look at me go.
That's the shade for me.
See Jane run.
Run, Jane, run.
Run,
Jane, run.
To the corner.
Listen, So it is. Anybody have anything else? Last notes so that we can roll out, girl. Because I was supposed to been done 10 minutes ago. I'm hurting. I need to go lay down. I've been out all day.
Keep up the good job, Madison.
Keep it up. We are rooting for you. I wish I had Tyra's. We are rooting for you.
Right.
I can't wait for season finale, which is this Thursday. It seemed like we waited so long and it's over so quick. It's
about
almost
goddamn
like
time
sex.
Tiffany come in.
It's really gonna be the season
and
finale?
then she come in on the ass end.
Right.
I love you too. You got something to say? Hey, oh, hold on. I supposed to been dropping the link. My bad, y'all. We can't go yet. You know how I love my folks, girl. Let me drop this link, honey, in case folks.
But before we get over to the top, off, that man, girl. That's
man.
Girl. Yeah, that man.
The man.
That's the nicest way I can say it. That man, girl. I need to take a deep breath. I need to take a deep breath.
I'm gonna make me another
Thank
drink.
you, mister.
I'll be back.
Need to take me a nice little breath. Okay, so
read, darling, read.
You adjusted her glasses.
Do you want? So I'm gonna go into some things we did find out that were alluded to from the after show about this episode with Miss Mary, speaking about how her Maddie's father played in the dark arts himself. Again, all of this is we need to allegedly sign her because I ain't gonna speak on nobody's life, girl.
Oh, hold on 1 second. We got it. Don't worry. You just hold on one momento, honey. One momento. You said you wanted the alleged signing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Is she here?
Allegedly, honey. So,
wait, let me move the comment.
Oh, right.
Allegedly.
Okay. Right. Allegedly, he's been in the dark arts before. And he's just mad that his daughter is an actual representation of what he's been doing with his life since he left his children.
His children, say it, because he left it. His kids.
Because you left your kids. Now you want to come back when they're all successful and having wonderful lives, and you're not no more. So you want to try and bring your toxicity into their lives and ruin it just so you can feel better. Just so you can feel better about yourself.
Hey.
Don't y'all start your foolishness now.
That part. You know that's exactly what it is, honey. Not starting some shit, but every time I looked at him, I was like, girl, you just look like the trade that would be fake chasing us. That's
right.
All I saw.
I saw that when I saw that clip. That's what I got from that. I was like,
girl, trade.
Was he in jail before?
I don't.
That's what he. No shade.
Well,
he don't give me jail. He gives me, like I said, halfway how. I mean, he gives me trade.
Apparently, he was, doing
the
crack and stuff like that. And we've seen things, and TV shows and movies about what some people do when they want to get high. So I wouldn't be surprised if something.
I'm just saying
entered into places and.
What?
Entered into places.
The dead has arisen.
Came in here tonight,
the dead has arisen.
Hey, so that's what I feel. That's what I feel on my end. I just him as a person, I can't ever rock with because for you to gaslight somebody when they're trying to help you, when they're opening an olive branch that they don't have to do, because really Maddie doesn't have to do anything.
She don't owe him shit.
Because the thing is, as a parent, you're supposed to be reaching out to your child. I don't have to reach back to you. You should be the first one reaching back to me.
I had to learn that And I had to share that message, and I had to take a break from my own life in order for things to get back to where they needed to be. And sometimes it don't happen when you want to, and sometimes it never happens. You just got to be aware. Mister!
Well, let the church say amen on this
Hallelujah.
It wasn't, and it was a woman.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
What you said, Deep Throat?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Come a little closer, I'll tell you.
Yes.
That's what happened last
say
night. I
this.
couldn't get into the comment.
And look into my eyes.
Yep. UFL Gator, you're right. That is very important to a lot of people. Even we've seen it time after time, even the worst parents, they still want that validation. How many kids you've seen their parents get strung out and just totally disregard them, but they are the ones that's keeping them afloat, giving them money, just trying to keep them because that bond, no matter how much hurt that bond is there.
I agree.
And I really believe Maddie wants that bond with her father, because she said she doesn't know. She doesn't know if she wants it, but I feel like she really does. That's why she's working on it.
But see,
I think she wants closure.
Even with that, his absence, if we look deeper, and this ain't gonna be the Evaluate Maddie show, because girl, we don't want to do that. But the way that she moves, the way that she regards men, etc., all stems from this lack of a relationship. I'm speaking from experience.
Okay.
Because my dad is in my life.
I ain't never had a daddy around when I was growing up.
He's in my life now, and we're closer than we've ever been. And it took a while. I thank God for it. You know what I'm saying? But it played a lot into some decisions that I made younger with him not being there. And I was amazed when I discovered that, because I thought I didn't care.
Man.
Well, my father was in prison my whole life. So when I finally issued him, like once I finally actually reached out to him in prison and let him know that I was gay, he told me I was going through a phase. That was the last time I spoke to him.
Oh, my grandma told me that.
Man, it's my firm dog.
I guess it's one of those
bald-headed bastard.
Oh,
tell us how you really feel.
I was like, wait a minute.
Tell us how you really feel about the situation.
6 foot, is that you for real? Or is this what's trade name?
Is this his alter ego?
Trent.
Mm-hmm. Trent.
Or is that Trinalina? Is that you or Trinalina?
That's Trinalina.
Y'all, it's real.
I like that name, Trinalina.
Oh, yes.
Jatar. No, it was the I have class comment for me, girl.
I said class.
That took me all the way out.
I said, wow.
I don't even know the man, but
I didn't even know how that fit into what they were talking about.
Girl,
what does class have to do with you?
Girl, he said he had class. He was trying to make it seem like he was above her, girl. He was above all of the foolishness and the shenanigans. Girl,
it was the way she looked at him for me.
That's
it
how
was
you know
definitely that.
It was the look that she
gave.
But it was it was more of the look he was giving her, because it looks like
because he was serious.
Don't say nothing crazy, Coco.
I stopped.
Don't say nothing crazy. Some things don't need to be said.
Amen. Because we all got to realize that that's still
the reaction that Maddie gave. The reaction that Maddie gave, that's how you know he wasn't shit. I was like,
well, child.
You could tell she was trying.
Mother Mary said that too, baby.
She was.
Mother Mary
definitely trying.
Gassed him, baby. She gave him all of it.
So that we remain respectful and intact, please go watch the replay the live after show of episode 5. That's all I'm gonna say.
Cause she
Watch
aired
it,
him
cause
completely out,
baby,
baby.
the way Miss Mary went in,
Because to be honest, Miss Mary and Maddie are the only ones that can really dig into that.
the only ones.
Because that's why I've been trying to be as respectful as I possibly can. So that's why I'm done.
What did Uncle Charlie say? The onlyest one.
The only.
The only.
The only one.
Right.
He was showing up for them cameras, but that's all right. I
And
would
that's
say
why I
keep that
felt too.
same energy when you call for your next installment.
All I want to say
I
to
felt like he
WeTV,
was looking into the cameras. That's how I felt.
all I want to say to WeTV, when it's come time for the reunion, y'all need to have me on as the hostess. I can maneuver through all of it.
Girl, you think it's gonna be one of these shows we're gonna have a reunion?
They need to have one because I need to be there so I can take and bring everything together.
Girl, I don't want them to have a reunion. I don't want that.
I do it.
We've had reunions on lives on the after show. I don't want that energy, girl.
If they do a reunion, I think
smoke.
it should be like a more.
I
of a
like the
family
live
reunion,
energy.
right, where they're eating.
You said
having-
you like the live energy.
Mm-hmm.
You like Bigo too, don't you?
And she
No.
do. Yeah, the quit.
You
lying.
said
You
no.
know you
I
do.
don't even have it. I don't even have that downloaded.
Girl, let me tell you, if you like the energy, you need to check out Bigo. Seriously. No, that's no tea, no shade. Like,
She love it.
the shit be going on over there, Coco. Baby.
Okay. All right.
Bigo's a master.
I'm gonna have to send you some Bigos that was sent to me because Puffy Fat Cat, Puffy
Be on
Fat
it.
Cat,
You said Puffy Fat Cat.
Be on it.
Fat Cat, be on it. I don't know what I say in the commercial, but Puffy Fat Cat, be
Puffy
on
Fat
it. I'm gonna send you some stuff, Coco.
Please.
Yeah, and you don't have to have it because it's on YouTube.
What?
Well, that's how I've been looking at it.
Tiny food.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I don't have Bigo either, girl.
Tiny food.
Mm-mm.
Girl, you've been eating for the last 45 minutes. I'm like, girl, what did she eat over there?
Girl, she's
Well,
snacking.
Girl,
I'm
I ain't eat
about
nothing
to
all
go.
day. Girl,
I want to thank you guys for jumping on. It's so good to say hello and see you, mister. I did see your lives as well,
Yes,
honey.
I tried to see the one that he had sent us the link to, but it said it was private and it didn't let me do nothing. So I said, okay.
Oh,
then,
yeah, no,
then.
it wouldn't let me in either. But that's all right, because listen.
Yeah, because
No,
we don't have
Jason,
access.
come back on. No, wait a minute. Jason, come back on, Jason.
No.
Mm.
What don't we know?
The Tristan and Jason show.
You know
So
why?
how Jason get on and we couldn't get on?
Ooh,
How did he get in to talk and everything else was set private?
it said private.
So see, this is what happened. My actual live I danced to. I got shut down because I had played Gladys. I was doing okay until I played Gladys.
Oh, we knew.
When
I knew you was gonna have a short life because, baby, YouTube is not playing today.
Especially with the
I
old
just
school
wanted to-
girls. The old school girls was not
I
playing.
wanted to be on to see somebody else's live get interrupted like mine used to get interrupted, girl, in the beginning. And now that their staff is up and their team is back, baby, they getting us together. I have so many fucking copyrights from intro videos from a year, 13 months ago, girl.
Baby, when she said Gladys is there. Ooh.
It went doom.
Oh,
I had to sit it down, and then when I started back up, I lost my viewership because everybody had done like disappeared. So I was just like, damn it. And I had sent the link to y'all, but then I was just like, let me just shut it down. So that's when I just came back on with Bambi because I had been on with Bambi like last year, and I had been like we went on for like 4 hours talking, and I was like, let me not do that again.
It was private.
Let me just sit here and
It was
turn
private.
the live on.
Yes, and it was private. So what did y'all talk about?
You were talking
Privately.
about Resurrection Sunday. You was talking about
That he a
resurrection.
man.
It was resurrection, all right.
It was resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
And we was talking about cookies.
It's Holy Saturday, y'all. Come on
Hold
now.
on. We was talking about
Jesus rolls tomorrow.
It was Friday, so we was good on
talking
Friday.
about hold on. Look at the camera. We was talking about
Nuts.
Cookies.
Famous
Amos.
cookies. Chocolate chip cookies.
I'm a Christian
dark
and I
art.
do not understand.
Let me tell you something. The way I don't know what's going on. Somebody gonna have to enlighten me because I don't know what's going on Facebook this last 2 weeks.
I can't wait with it.
But all these friend requests.
Don't call her.
Unless I know them, I don't accept.
Zalin, did you dye your hair?
No.
If you are at listen, the Savon Experience page, you don't have to add as a friend. You have to like the personal page, baby. If I don't know you like that, please don't, because you will be sitting there waiting for me to respond. I'm just looking at them. I'm like, you look like Trade. That's a no.
Tell me you look like Trade.
They all Trade. This shit happened when I was on YouTube the last time. They started finding my personal page.
Said, I'm not your fetish.
I'm not doing it, girl.
Girl,
Auntie, I was looking at some of your old lives.
We
Oh my
ain't
goodness.
escape, girl. You ain't gonna be our little secret. That's what Savon just said. We ain't trying to
Girl, it ain't gonna happen. Listen, if you would have caught me, if this was 10 years ago, girl, it'd be a whole different story we talking about right now, because I would love to come through and wreck folk lives. I'm trying to be a better person.
Right, that part.
Because whereas you thought I was gonna be your secret, you ended up being mine.
Have you watched, mentioning secrets, have you watched Secret Society yet?
I have not, but I will be watching it on tomorrow.
Gotcha.
What is it? I saw her post something about that on Amazon or something.
Oh my God. Me and Coco. Yes, God. So I'm gonna watch it, and yes, I think I'm gonna have a member chat about it.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Is it a series?
I think it's
a
not
movie.
a series, it's a movie. So
It's on Amazon Prime.
yeah, Jasmine, that would be a cute chat for us to have.
Cause I'll watch the chat.
I've watched it twice already.
I would suggest you guys make sure that you check out T.S. Madison's interview with the creator.
Yes, baby, it was really good and informative.
On her
girl,
YouTube
they
channel.
military. They military, Nivea. All of them have been military, girl. When they used to ask people, when you in the military, you ask people, what was your MOS? Bitch, my MOS is military. That's it. That's how it goes. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Somebody in trouble.
Who?
The
last time I checked, I was grown, girl.
You ain't grown, good. You only grown as you feel.
I'm well, then I'm real grown.
You said if they in the military, what?
Girl, they told you to act your age and you died.
No, I was, Nivea was saying, I was talking about all the people on Facebook that's been hitting me up. They all been in the military. And people be asking, what your MOS? I said, my MOS is military, because they all keep coming for me. They trying to be my job. I'm not their job now.
Military.
Can't be said.
I only get inmates.
You only get inmates, girl. Are you on inmate pen pals?
Okay.
First of all,
you can.
First of all,
you didn't know you could do that,
Coco.
Girl, you know Leandria, no girl.
Girl, there's
Lily, no.
Hold on.
Lily, no.
First off, you Benji hoes, I do not.
That's
You
why
know,
she got
'cause
that
you-
ladder sitting
you
up
got
by
that
that
ladder to
window,
your
girl. So when they
window.
get out of
Right.
jail, she the girl they run
I mean,
to.
they might have been in prison, but while they're in prison, no.
She gonna be on the next season of After Lockup.
Okay, marriage after lockup.
Listen, I would love to stay here with y'all, but the way I'm hurting right now, I gotta go. Love y'all so much. I would go through how you can find everybody. You can find Jasmine
Love
DeVal on
y'all.
these YouTube streets, Zalin on these YouTube streets, Mr. 6'8" on these YouTube streets, Coco with a D is on here as well, Cousin Faith. Y'all know where y'all can find Cousin Faith. Pleasure Island, Mr. Leander, baby, Mixed MX. You can find Leander, I know, on YouTube as well as Instagram, honey.
Boss,
She's on
the
YouTube as
plane.
well.
The plane, boss, the plane.
Oh, now
I like Pleasure Island better.
I don't know. In Baby's case, I don't know if it'll be
www.youtube.com/Pleasure Island. And
I don't know if
that
it will
is
be an island though. Would it be a street?
now see, you can at least give niece real
I'm
estate.
gonna go now. Goodbye, y'all. Have a good night.
Again, you
blocks,
guys see,
tomorrow.
you guys see again that I'm being good tonight.
City blocks, maybe.
I'm
You work
being
tonight.
City girl block.
Look.
What you want?
Okay, 3 city
Lily?
blocks.
I'm trying to help you out, ma'am.
Private
Listen.
island. We'll say
So-
private island. Would that be better?
Fantasy.
Wait, where's my white flag? I don't have one.
Everyone say good night.
Good night.